What is up, anyone and everyone? My name is Brock Larson. I am here to present to you my review of the top 5 donuts in the Quad City area. Now, the donuts I will be reviewing are the following. We have a glazed donut from Dunkin' Donut. We have a glazed donut from Hertz Donut. We have a glazed donut from Donuts and More. We have a glazed donut from the Hy-Vee Bakery. And our last and final donut is a donut from Quick Star. So let's get in with it for the very first donut. So let's talk about price for a second. The price of each donut is actually relatively the same. A glazed donut, you wouldn't think that the price would differ in any sort of way. Starting with our cheapest donut, who will be receiving the 5 points, will be Quick Star. Quick Star's donut was 69 cents, which is actually by far cheaper than all 4 of the other donuts. So easy 5 points there. The next 3 donuts are within 5 cents of each other, so not too much of a difference when it comes to these donuts whatsoever, but coming in at the second is Donuts and More at 95 cents. Our third cheapest donut, right dab in the middle of all 5, was 99 cents from Dunkin' Donuts. So they will be receiving 3 points. Our second most expensive donut, coming in at $1, came from Hy-Vee. So now that we've gotten through those 3 close ones, we come in with a big jump of 20 cents coming from Hertz Donuts. As you can see, this is our current order from how we rank after the price. All right, now it's time to actually get into the donuts. So we're going to go into the third and the fourth category, which is the appeal of each donut. Sitting in front of me is the first donut we have here. It is a glazed donut from Dunkin' Donuts. So overall appeal, it looks like a donut, I guess. But the glazed is just a little bit off, so I'm just going to keep that into consideration when I'm ranking all the donuts. I will rank all the donuts at the end. So now let's get into the taste portion of the video. Tastes really, really sweet. The dough itself is really, really puffy, so not really any hard spots, but it's also not too soft, so pretty good donut. I'd give this donut probably a B+. It's a pretty solid donut. Okay, my next donut sitting in front of me is Hertz's glazed donut. So now this one, appeal-wise, I can tell right away that it is just coated with glazed frosting. So I know this one's going to be sweet right off the bat, and it's also by far the biggest donut of all 5 donuts. So that $1.20 price that I was talking about earlier has actually kind of shown for itself why it's a little bit extra than the other donuts that it's competing against. So let's get into the first bite. Yeah, really, really sweet, like I said. So when this compares to Dunkin' Donuts, it's a bigger donut, and I was kind of expecting a softer texture when it comes to it. But it's a very, very good donut, especially with how big you're going to get one. You will not be... If you can eat 3 of these, I will be surely impressed, because this is quite a big donut. Yes, so I'd probably rank this close to a B+, probably an A-, just close with Dunkin' Donut. The size of the donut's probably going to give it just a little bit more of an edge on Dunkin'. So, pretty solid donut from Hertz. All right, our third donut, halfway there. This is the Quick Star donut. It is coated with frosting. This is, you can not even see the dough. It is that white. It is as pale as a ghost. Now, this was the cheapest donut, and so far from the 3, this is the smallest so far. Oh, this is not... Yes, this is the cheapest donut. And it's the smallest of the 3 so far, but it is coated with frosting. I know this will be sweet right off the gate. So let's get into the first bite. That is extremely sweet. Like, it's too sweet for my taste. It is, yeah, it is extremely sweet. The dough, it's pretty good dough. It's probably a solid 7 out of 10. It's not too hard, not too soft. I think it's just a little bit worse than the other two, but not anything that's deal-breaking. The deal-breaker is probably the frosting. It just has an overwhelming amount of frosting. I'll probably put this one at a B- because it's still good, but just a little bit too sweet for my taste, so that's probably where it ranks for me. Appeal-wise, I'll probably put this at the 3rd as well because it just looks like too much frosting, like I've stated. So, moving on to the 4th donut. All right, our 4th donut is a Donuts and More donut. Now, right off the gate, it almost looks like it has absolutely no frosting on the donut. I mean, it does. I'm exaggerating, but I almost prefer the appeal of the coated with frosting that Quick Start presented over the Donuts and More bagel-looking glazed donut. So that's a negative side. And another negative side, it is the smallest donut so far of the 3 that I've eaten. So not a great impression that Donuts and More has given off so far. So let's get into a bite and hope for some hope. Wow. Yep. Like I said, no glaze. That is not a good donut. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Don't like that donut that much. It is overly, the dough itself is way too hard for my liking. There's no frosting. It literally tastes like a bagel, a little bit softer bagel. So, appeal and how small it is and the taste itself, this is the worst donut I've eaten so far. So, let's move on to our 5th donut with a little bit of hope, right? All right, our 5th donut is the Hy-Vee donut. Now, this thing is gigantic. This is the biggest donut so far. So that's a positive side at least, but a negative side is, again, does not look like it has that much frosting on the donut itself. This legitimately looks like a bagel with the size and the amount of frosting on it. It also looks a little bit more brown than the rest of the donuts, so let's see. Hopefully it's good. That's all I'm hoping for, so let's get into the taste. The dough almost tastes burnt. A little bit better than the Donuts and More, I think. I don't know. I might rank it lower just because of the taste. The overall taste is probably worst, but I'm gonna give it more points for appeal because of the size of the donut itself. But not a good donut, yeah. So probably gonna get that one low. All right, I want to thank you guys for watching. If you like the content, subscribe, like, and comment anything else that you want me to review. Hopefully you like this. Thank you very much.